Okay, so we're doing some more viewer tattoos today.
All
We
right.
got some fun stuff.
So the first one is from Andrew, and it says, "Hello, Remy. Thanks for the videos. I really enjoy them. I wanted to send these in. Done about a month ago. These are pictures of them fresh off the press, like a magazine. I didn't send any healed photos as the healing was rough, and I didn't want it to seem like it was the fault of the artist. It was my first and last time using Saniderm as a rash developed. That's probably a really good call. I'm used to using ointments to heal. These are on the same forearm. I'm now thinking I should have gotten the Grim Heart in the black and gray. Wanted to hear your thoughts. Good traditional? Question mark.
Yeah, definitely not black and gray for this.
Yeah, I like it like this.
Definitely not. I don't think traditional should be done in black and gray, personally.
I mean, I have a few like traditional black and gray pieces.
It looks fine, but I mean, traditional is color.
But I like them better in color, and I think this one looks good color. Like I think it was a good choice.
I mean, I like it anyway. But
Yeah.
I will say I've had the good, the bad, and the ugly with Saniderm, and like something that I find kind of like annoying and strange is like, because I've done pretty well every tattoo healing method now. Like I've tried everything. I've done incredibly dry for some things. Some things I still do, like my hand. And like I've done Aquaphor, I've done Green Glide, I've done Hustle Butter, Tattoo Goo, whatever. Basic lotions. But like Saniderm was like, it was the best or the worst. So it was the best when you didn't have to think about it, but like sometimes it would give you a rash, a moisture rash, or sometimes it would peel up, and then all of a sudden you have to take it off, and like it's exposed now, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm allergic to adhesive, so I can't use Saniderm, but whatever the other one is,
Librafirm is a little gentler.
yeah, I can use that one.
Hypafix is another one.
I find that I like it for smaller pieces, in pieces that aren't in places that perspire a lot. Like I had it in my ditch the one time, and I really found that uncomfortable. And then anywhere around my armpit, I also find really uncomfortable and very sensitive. But like on like forearms and stuff like that, I've never really minded it. I've actually quite liked it. But I'm a dry heal person.
I just don't think that the potential downsides are worth it. And you know, the people who use it all the time, I think, have become like spoiled, reliant, and incapable to some degree.
Well, it's like they forget how to heal a tattoo.
Or that they think that you can't do it without it. It's like, you know how long we've been doing tattoos without it?
Yeah.
Basically forever.
Oh, exactly.
It's a relatively new idea. Like, it's been around a minute now, but like it's in terms of the longevity of how long we've been tattooing versus how long we've had this.
Yeah.
And this idea that it makes the colors brighter, I don't necessarily agree with either.
Really? They
Well,
say
people
that?
think that it locks the ink in.
I don't know about
As
that.
if that's some, like, that's the same school of thought, I feel like.
Go home and have a hot shower because it locks the ink in? Is that not a thing?
What I think is it's same school of thought as, like, the guys who think the ink bath is a thing. Like, you'll see these blackout tattooers, they'll dumping black ink on top of fresh tattoos. Like, it's going to, like, put more ink in the skin or something. It's like,
Seems weird.
it's just, that kind of thinking is squirrely.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I don't think that there's anything wrong with using Saniderm usually or anything like that. I actually have liked it at times myself, but I don't think that it's going to magically make your ink brighter.
No.
I think that's a sales pitch. I think lots of tattooers will tell people that when they just want their clients to use it because they don't trust them to take care of their tattoos.
Yeah, well, because they think it's foolproof, but it isn't always.
So let's talk about this dagger for a minute.
It's
pretty flat in ways. I like the colors, but there needs to be some dark in here.
Yeah, I think that
It's a little too bubblegummy.
I feel like they didn't use enough black shading in spots that I would like to see black shading.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like on the hilt of the dagger, like in the gold areas, I'd like to see some
anywhere
black shading.
around the edges of anything.
The gem, yeah. Like there's spots that don't have any black shading, which I think should have had some black shading, and I think that would have made the whole tattoo overall look better.
Yeah, it's done really well. It was just like they forgot the black.
Yeah, but it is. It's a clean, nice traditional tattoo. I just think it could have used more black in places.
Looks empty in a way,
Yeah.
like the tattoo is not fully dressed.
Well, I think what you said captures it perfectly. It's flat, and it's because they didn't give.
Whoa.
Even traditional tattoos try and capture a level of depth,
Yeah.
and there's parts of this that are missing that depth.
Well, I mean, it all looks like it's at the same spot, right? So, but like, it's very easy to see where the black goes to.
Yep. Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's really
I
easy to
agree.
see. Like, I am putting it in everywhere that it needs to be in my brain,
Me
and the
too.
tattoo looks better.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little weird when like you've seen a certain tattoo over and over again, and you know how it's supposed to look, and then you see it, and it doesn't have those things.
And
Like,
you're just like, I gotta make it that way.
but yeah, I like this stuff. I like both of his trad tattoos.
Yeah, I think these are really nice.
the color saturation is really strong. They're just a little bit too light in both cases, but that problem is more pervasive in the Dagger than it is in the crying heart guy back
Yeah.
there.
I
So
agree.
anyway,
All right.
move along.
So we'll look at the next one. So this one is from Tavia. This is my biggest and newest piece. It's a memorial for my great grandmother who passed away 2 weeks after I moved 6 states away and was unable to afford to go home and attend her funeral at the time. This is from the first 9-hour session. My next session is in 3 weeks to finish up details. Hit some more blacks from gray wash fading and in highlights.
And then what's the bottom say there?
It says the same thing.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't put the video in. Sometimes these videos are hard to work with. Some of them will play and some of them won't.
Oh, on the we were using like an iPad, so yeah, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, but even on Android, like some files just don't seem to be compatible. Who knows? Like it might be a case of like someone has a computer file that doesn't play on a phone, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
I think this is a really nice tattoo
so
so far. It's not done yet.
Yeah, it's definitely not done yet. Even if did they say that in the thing?
Well, it's not. My next session
Finish
is in
up the
3
details.
weeks.
Yeah, so okay. I was gonna say if this was the final version of this, then
No, well, no. There's all of this like up top on the rose that still needs to be brought in, and the
it's
wing.
decent. I won't say that it's amazing. It's a nice tribute. I do appreciate these memorial tattoos. They got some nice texture work in the feathers, but they do look more like fur. And the chest of the bird here, that does look a bit more like fur to me than it does like feathers. Like there's not enough work done to, imply the length of the feather there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And again, though, that could be fixed in the next session. Like they might have just put some texture in there, and maybe more will get
The face
added.
is the best part.
Well, I think the face is the most finished part, right?
Yeah, you can see that the face and some of the darker spots got the most attention here.
And I don't think they're having quite the same furry problem in the face.
A little bit, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I certainly don't dislike it. It's got more work to do, and obviously they're going to.
Yeah, I'd
like to see this
it.
finish.
Yeah, me too.
I think you're going to end up making this into a full sleeve one day. And I think it's going to be fairly easy to do so.
Yeah, I think it's been left really open to add pieces around this.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a nice tribute. I don't have a whole lot to say about it otherwise. It's fairly standard fare for black and gray, just a little bit too light in places.
And I think there's a lot of intention to darken it up, so send it to us
hope so.
finished. All right, so we'll go to the next email. This one is from Richard. It says, greetings from the UK. I'm a big fan of the channel and have been watching for around a year now. I have 2 portrait tattoos on my forearm and will be doing the upper arm in the same style. Here's one of the portraits inside forearm and would be interested to see your reaction. Keep up the great content.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not bad.
It's kind of like a very messy, sort of stylized portrait.
So
to
yeah,
me.
parts of it are better than others. I really like the face.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
face
the face is
good.
the best
Right
part.
away, the mouth and the nose like the structure of the teeth and all that. It draws your attention, and takes your eye away from the hair that's kind of just there.
It's kind of sketched in to me.
Yeah, I think that it needs more work in the top too. Like the hair at the top just kind of looks like a cloth. Maybe it is a cloth. Is it a cloth?
I don't know. I don't know who this portrait is.
Yeah, it could be a cloth. That might be part of the problem. But the hair definitely got away from them. Strands of the hair just look,
Stringy.
yeah.
And not detailed enough.
You know what happens when you cook linguine too long and it gets all tangled up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah.
Definitely. But, like, yeah, her face is really, it's nice, especially for, like, a small one.
Yeah, and the hard black background really does help it pop. So.
Yeah. Thanks for sending it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our next email is from Steven. It says, "Hi, Remy. I got this done last year by a local artist here. Let me know what your thoughts are on this design. The artist changed his style slightly with the boulder line work to match my other tattoos with boulder lines. Typically, the artist would blend/fade the line to make a more realistic approach, but suggested if I would like to have the lines black outlines. So let's have a look. Oh, I like that.
Oh, you can tell they don't like using lines.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, because like from any distance, you can't really see the lines.
Yeah, they've shaded right up to them. I really like this.
I hate to say this, but this is kind of like a better done version of the first one in terms of the style. Right? Like it's that same.
Like a dark portrait.
Yeah, but not just a dark portrait. Like lots of black, lots of black in the background elements, and then negative space in the foreground. This is like a Lee style type thing. Like not quite, but same idea, high contrast, right?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit too much gray in this still.
Yeah, I would agree, especially in the hand and stuff, and
Yeah,
the forehead.
I think that there could be less gray and more skin breaks, and
Also,
it would make it look a little less muddy.
I think the moon is a little bit inconsequential there. Like it's too, I don't know, it's almost too hard of an angle, and it gets too sharp. It should be a little bit more of a narrow, little less of a narrow, I should say, curvature there. Should be a little wider overall. It would be more striking.
Do you know what the part that I love the most of this tattoo?
What's that?
The eyes.
The negative eyes? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, they're really smartly done. I think they look really cool. The white of the eyes, and then the white.
It's
like,
very
pupil
striking,
area.
and it looks better than it is. Right? Like it's like an 8 out of 10 that appears as if it's a 10 out of 10 at first glance. There are some things that could have been done better, but overall, I think it's a really nice piece.
Yeah, like it's got really nice little details, like the little lines in the knuckles.
I think the thing that bothers me the most, the longer I look at it, is the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's just because there's a lot of gray, and I want there to be more skin break.
Yeah, it could have gone lighter in places, but yeah, it's overall pretty good.